What is going on, Internet? My name is Stephen Fleming and welcome to my Monday show. For those of you guys just tuning in for the first time, this is the show where I talk about all the stuff that I thought was interesting from the last couple of days. First off, I want to apologize for not being able to do a show on Friday. I was ridiculously sick this weekend and there was just no way I could have done my show. That being said, let's jump right in. But before we go to the first story of the day, I want to run real fast through a couple of today's headlines. The first thing that really jumped out to me today is that Matt Smith made the announcement that he is quitting Doctor Who, meaning that by the end of the year they will have to have a new Doctor. Personally, I am not really that tore up about this. Matt Smith is a great actor, but in my mind, it is just impossible for anyone to have followed what David Tennant did. Who do you guys think is going to be the next Doctor? Let me know what you think. Anyway, my next headline is the unfortunate news that Tim Samaras, the veteran storm chaser, was killed in one of the tornadoes in Oklahoma. What makes the news even more sad is that he was killed alongside his own son. Tim is best known for his time in the National Geographic series Storm Chaser, and surprisingly, this is actually the first known instance of storm chasers actually being killed while researching a storm. The last headline that I want to talk about today, and you guys know how much I love space news, is that NASA scientists published an article on Friday confirming that there was at one point water on Mars. The Curiosity rover found embankments of rounded pebble conglomerates. Scientists were able to finally finish analyzing that data, and it's exciting news because it means that the Mars rat would have had some water to drink. Alright, that is enough of that for one day. Let's jump right into my first story of the day, and that is the crazy protests that have been happening in Turkey. This entire situation started as a peaceful protest to a city park being removed, and for the last 3 days has devolved into this. The protesters are calling out Prime Minister Tayyip Erdogan for being an authoritarian. They are just generally pissed off about the state of the government, freedom of press, freedom of speech, and they're calling for multiple people in the government to just step down. Prime Minister Erdogan's response is that clearly the real menace in this situation is social media. That is a great attitude to have, considering that freedom of speech is obviously not important to any of these protesters at all. Anyway, here is a video of protesters riding a stolen excavator and using it to break down police barriers. I just wanted to point out that everyone posting videos of this is calling this a bulldozer, and anyone with a 7-year-old cousin or nephew who is into trucks clearly knows that that is an excavator. Just calling it what it is, people. As always, a link to the video as well as a photo gallery in the description down below. The last thing that I wanted to talk about today is 13-year-old Brian McLaine from Alberta, Canada. Brian was sitting in class when nearby a bully started messing with one of the other students. Brian heard the word knife, he heard a folding knife click open, and he sprang into action, knocking the knife-wielding bully off of the student and potentially saving the student's life. Obviously, Brian is an incredibly brave 13-year-old, but as the story came out, people were outraged because apparently Brian got disciplined for stepping into the situation. As it turns out, that was not actually the case despite what people had been saying. The principal released the following statement. All students involved in this matter were provided with an opportunity to explain what happened. The student who reportedly intervened was asked to remain in the office to explain what happened but was in no way disciplined. 2 students were suspended as a result of their behavior in this incident. It is not recommended that students intervene in incidents such as this to ensure their own safety. There was a teacher nearby who could have been asked to assist before the 3rd student became involved. What the principal said makes sense to me. Obviously, the school cannot condone students stepping in to break up violent situations. Now, given the circumstances, Brian was able to escape punishment. But obviously, the school needs to pull him aside and tell him that that type of behavior is not acceptable, regardless of the fact that he saved one of the students' lives. And obviously, that is just my opinion. Which brings me to my question of the day. What do you guys think about this situation? Do you think that the school should be pinning a medal on Brian's chest? Or should he just consider himself lucky that he got away with no punishment? Leave your answers and comments in the comment section down below. That brings me to the end of my show. As always, thank you for watching. A quick reminder, if you ever have an idea for something you want me to talk about in the show, leave a link in the comment section down below or tweet me at Flemdizzle. If I use your idea, I will give you whatever shout out you want in the episode. As always, click that subscribe button for updates on 5 new videos every week, and I will see you guys tomorrow.